and to realize the magnitude of it. So I think he did reveal himself to the government. I don't think they knew by then who he was, but of course, once he then identified himself, they knew exactly who he was, what his capabilities were, and what they had trained him in.
This is President Obama speaking on Charlie Rose last June. This was weeks after Edward Snowden had revealed some of what he knew.
What I can say unequivocally is that if you are a U.S. person, the NSA cannot listen to your telephone calls, and the NSA cannot target your emails.
And have not.
And have not. They cannot and have not, by law and by rule, and unless they, and usually it wouldn't be they, it would be the FBI, go to a court and obtain a warrant and seek probable cause. The same way it's always been. The same way when we were growing up and we were watching movies, you want to go set up a wiretap, you got to go to a judge, show probable cause.
That's President Obama in June, weeks after the first revelations came out. Glenn Greenwald.
It's of all the statements that have been made by the government that have been false, I think that one is the most deliberately and starkly false. There was a scandal in 2005 that the New York Times revealed and won the Pulitzer Prize for, which is that the Bush administration was eavesdropping on the telephone calls of Americans without obtaining warrants from the court. And in 2008, the Congress, a bipartisan Congress, supported by President Obama, then Senator Obama, enacted a new law, the 2008 FISA Amendments Act, the purpose of which was to legalize the essence of that Bush program. And what the law said was that the NSA has the power to listen in on the telephone conversations of Americans or read their emails without a warrant, whenever they are speaking to a foreign national. So all the time, the NSA listens to the telephone calls of Americans or reads their emails without going and getting a warrant, completely contrary to what President Obama said. And then the other aspect of it as well is that the FISA court is a well-known joke. It was created in the mid-1970s after the Church Committee uncovered decades of surveillance abuses, and the government had to find a way to placate American anger. And what they said was, oh, don't worry, we're going to create this court that from now on the government has to go to get permission. And they created the court to be the ultimate rubber stamping court. It meets in secret. Only the government is allowed to appear. And so as a result, by design, this court almost never rejects any request for surveillance. So even to the extent what President Obama said was truthful in the limited sense that it was, it's extremely misleading because there's very little oversight on the system.
And Greenwald, author of the new book, No Place to Hide, Edward Snowden, the NSA, and the U.S. Surveillance State.